Thank you so much, and welcome everyone. What a beautiful way to begin. And this lovely, lovely sound. So just take a moment with me. Just imagine yourself being surrounded by the love of God. Just picture yourself as though you're resting in the hands of God. And just know, hear those words of Jim Rosemary, who said that your life is God's dream. Your very life is God's dream. And God dreamt you into being so that you could be God's Valentine to the world. So just feel that and own that. You are God's Valentine to the world. And let's just take a moment in prayer. Sweet Spirit, we embark on this day, this lovely Valentine's Day, filled with love and filled with hope at the opportunity of being a Valentine to the world. We open our hearts to receive you on this day. We open our ears to hear, and we dedicate ourselves to follow as we are led. As we are led by Spirit to become the hands of God, to become the feet of God, to become the activity of God on this planet. So just see that vision of our own hearts pouring out love. See that love spreading across through our community, spreading across our state, our region, our wonderful country, and spreading out to the world. This healing love. And just imagine it as though you're wrapping a bow of love around our planet. And just say, I love you, Earth. And thank you, thank you, thank you, God, for the joy of becoming your hands, the joy of becoming your emissary of light. And so it is. Amen. So welcome everyone, whether you're here by live stream or here in the sanctuary. It seems like I did hear some news that we're opening up. I went to Idaho last week, and it was like, oh, wow, what a difference there is between our borders. But let us just hold that truth, that it's time that we open up. It's time, I mean, it doesn't even need to be about the community and the businesses or anything. We need to physically be opening up, and we need to just be allowing ourselves to be ready for what that means, to be ready for spreading that joy and the love of God, and for being present to whatever it is that comes up. So I do want to acknowledge our lovely Mary True is going to be speaking today. Welcome back, Mary. It's great to have you. Mary, I feel, is like a soul sister to me because we were doing licensed teacher training kind of at the same time. And we actually, it is a lot of work, but we actually had a lot of fun too. So it's always fun to greet her back here with us. And also I want to acknowledge our sound team in the back. Thank you, Wayne, and thank you, Byron. And let's just take a moment here and we'll just listen to some music before we do our decree. So thank you.
Throw a little love around. Watch what happens wherever you go. Throw a little love around. You'll see changes fast and slow. Throw a little love around. Happiness will follow you. You'll see happy folks set free. Love will grow in you and me. Joy, fun, and peace abound. Just throw a little love around. Well, hey there, you, I'm talking to you. Where do you think you're going? Why, it's love I'm speaking of, and yes, it should be flowing. We got time to share this rhyme. Just start your singing now. You don't know how this should go. Well, let me show you how. Throw a little love around. Watch what happens wherever you go. Throw a little love around. You'll see changes fast and slow. Throw a little love around. Oh, happiness will follow you. You'll see happy folks set free. Love will grow in you and me. Joy, fun, and peace abound. Just throw a little love around. Well, it's up to you and it's up to me to set this loving spirit free. Let's take this opportunity to give it all away. The more you give, the more you got. Well, just give this loving thing a shot. You won't run out, I kid you not. I swear by what I say. Oh, throw a little love around and watch what happens wherever you go. Throw a little love around and you'll see changes fast and slow. Throw a little love around and that happiness will follow you. You'll see happy folks set free. Love's gonna grow in you and me. Love, fun, and peace abound. Just throw a little love around. Throw a few chords around. Throw a little love around. That was Michael's tune.
Oh, that's a Michael Robinson tune?
Michael Robinson.
Thank you. Thank you, and thank you, Michael Robinson. All right, let us all share in our church decree together. Beloved Mother, Father, God, we open our hearts to be filled with divine love and our minds to be filled with divine light. Divine love and divine light now move through our center, guiding and protecting us, our families, friends, and neighbors. Divine love and divine light now draw to us the perfect leader to guide this ministry into the future. We look forward with anticipation to welcoming new people, situations, opportunities, and activities that bless and are in harmony with truth and love. Together, we are touching hearts and transforming lives. Amen. And let us recognize also the Christ in all of our world leaders, and we affirm our decree for all people. Together, the light and love of God compels us, our leaders, and all human beings to do the right thing and to love and care for Mother Earth. So I invite you now to stand, and we'll just take a moment to pause, and we acknowledge the divine in each other. And for those of you who are not physically here, if you would just allow yourself to imagine those persons that are in your spiritual family and imagine yourself being with those people and seeing the Christ in their eyes. It is an opportunity to see you, and it's an opportunity to be seen, especially during a pandemic, right? So thank you for that.
Perhaps love is like a resting place, a shelter from the storm. It exists to give you comfort. It is there to keep you warm. And in those times of trouble, when you are almost alone, and I realized I did the wrong song. You'll have to wait for the rest of that. I flipped too many pages. Oh my gosh, that's funny. We could have kept going, but we don't want to. We want to save that. We want to save that. So that was just a preview. Okay. No wonder, Chris, you were jogging. I'm like, okay. Oh my goodness, that's funny. All right, let me shift gears. 2, 3. Whenever I have hurt in my heart, I ask, what would love do? Whenever I don't know where to turn, I ask, what would love do? Whenever I don't know what to say, I ask, what would love do? What would love do? Anytime I'm stuck in my pain, I ask, what would love do? Anytime I feel ashamed, I ask, what would love do? Anytime I can't find my truth, I ask, what would love do? What would love do? Love has all the answers. Love makes no demands. Love will lead me to the truth and help me to understand that life is all about love. When I have something hard I need to say, I ask, what would love do? When it seems another block is in my way, I ask, what would love do? When it seems I can't face another day, I ask, what would love do? What would love do? Love has all the answers. Love makes no demands. Love will lead me to the truth and help me to understand that life is all about love. In any situation I ask, just what would love do? When I'm feeling limitation I ask, what would love do? I have to look into my soul and I ask, what would love do? What would love do? What would love do? It's all about love.
Well, that was absolutely lovely, and I do love, it was funny because in my head, okay, so now I can talk about that. So, but it's fine. You know, if you're not flexible, what are we, right? Right. We are not here by accident. We are here by divine appointment. And I'm so glad to be back again. I'm really glad to be here on Valentine's Day because I get to talk about love instead of the pandemic and, surge capacity and all of those things. So I thought I'd start with playing a game. Are you up for playing a game? Oh, good. So my husband will laugh, but I do journaling, and I make my journals out of paper bags, and we have stacks and stacks of paper bags so that I can do silly things like this on here. So what I'm going to do is give you the lines of some love songs and see if you can finish the song, or at least identify. And then I want to see if you know who wrote it and when, what year it was. So should be kind of fun. Okay, the first one. When I first saw you, I saw love. And the first time you touched me, I felt love. After all this time, you're still the one. Shania Twain? Yep, I heard Shania Twain. 1997, you're still the one. Yeah, that's a fun one. Okay, here's one, a little bit older. I hope life treats you kind, and I hope that you have all that you have ever dreamed of. I wish you joy, and I wish you happiness, and above all this, I wish you love. Who's that? Who wrote it? Dolly Parton. Okay, someone else made it very famous, but Dolly Parton wrote it in 1974, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that again a little bit later. Another one, here we go. I'm your knight in shining armor, and I love you. You have made me what I am, and I am yours. Lionel Richie wrote it. Do you know who made it famous? Kenny Rogers, absolutely. It's Lady from 1980, yes. Bragging rights, yes. Okay, here's another one. The taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours meet. I fell for you like a child, but the fire went wild. Burning, burning, the ring of fire. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. Johnny Cash, yes, Ring of Fire. 1963. Here's another one. This one I'm pretty sure you're going to remember. Oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch. A long, lonely time, and time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still with me? I need your love, I need your love. Godspeed your love to me. A lot of people have played it, but the Righteous Brothers wrote it. Unchained Melody, yes, and it came back in a movie. What was that movie? I'm forgetting. Ghost, yes, Ghost made it famous. From 1965. Are you feeling old? I am. All right, here's a fun one, especially Doug and I like this one. You better get this one. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, my whole life too, for I can't help but falling in love with you. Who's that by? Elvis Presley. Do you know when he originally recorded that the first time? 1961. Yeah. Okay, here's a little more modern one. We are still kids, but we're so in love, fighting against all odds. I know we'll be all right this time, darling. Just hold my hand, be my girl, I'll be your man. I see my future in your eyes. Ed Sheeran, perfect. 2017. Okay, and the last one here. How many times do I have to tell you, even when you're crying, you're beautiful too? Even the world is beating you down, I'm around through every mood. You're my downfall, you're my muse. I can't stop singing the ringing in my head for you, because all of me loves all of you. Yeah, Do you know who that is? John Legend, All of Me, and that's from 2013. So just some fun ones, I think. I am going to talk about lyrics in songs and give you some ideas for some lyrics. So my talk title is, and it came from a CD, and I'm going to read the words to this a little bit later, but and it's called "What Does Love Got to Do with It?" And who's that by? Who sang that? Tina Turner, yes. And I had hoped, the CD here, of course, has her words saying what I'm going to talk about a little bit. And maybe later afterwards we can play it, but since we're live, it's a copyrighted piece, so but it's beautiful with her words in it. But if we talk about that particular song for her, did you know that she really did not want to record that song? Because that is not who she is. It ended up being a hit, and of course it was a good business move for her. But it's an anti-love song. It's a woman who enjoys relationships without commitment. She wants her partner to know that it is only physical and that the relationship has nothing to do with love. She dismisses this as a sweet, old-fashioned notion. This was not what Tina Turner was all about. However, in the end, the song definitely was a good business move, and it actually revitalized her career. And unfortunately, this happens for a lot of different songs. And so I'm going to go through a few songs that we think may be those perfect love songs, and they really weren't written about love at all. I hope I don't burst any bubbles here. But I think the main reason when I was putting this talk together was that I think, it's so easy for us to just sing along a song, just sing along and get the groove going, which is what music is all about, which is what we love about it. But sometimes we so absent-mindedly go there, don't we? So in 2012, the Lumineers came out with Ho Hey, and I'll say some of those words and you might remember that in your mind, but it's the chorus refrain that we really, really feel is quite heartfelt. I belong with you, you belong with me, you're my sweetheart. But if you dig into the music and dig into the words, he talks about solitude, self-pity, those kind of things. And I've been living a lonely life. I don't know where I went wrong. And certain amount of presumptions that the person's song is addressed to hasn't got the sense to know that they're with the wrong partner. That happens a few times in some music. Or to put it plainly, I don't think you're right for him. Think of what it might have been. That's the kind of thing you think about when you're watching the first dance at the wedding, right? Not taking part in it. Another one, which is interesting, from 2009 by U.T, is called One. What it's really about is the group U.T in 2009 were having a fight, and they were not getting along, and they were actually thinking about breaking up. Inspiration comes from many different strange places, and the lyrics of U.T's most love-struck song is no exception. Having so thoroughly they got on each other's nerves so much during the recording of a 1991 album, Ah Chung Baby, that they considered calling it a day. The four members of the band happened upon a magical chord and projection in the studio and commenced jamming. Bono's words came quickly and addressed not only the differences between the people in his group, we're one, but we're not the same, and we carry each other. But what's interesting, because this was back from 1991, is they carry each other, but also the reunification of Germany at the time when that was put together. So it's interesting. So this is one of my favorite songs called Marry You by Bruno Mars from 2011. And I've seen it as the proposal song for some things. It's been on YouTube for that. But what that song is really about is just being bored. Oh, burst my bubble. Some songs don't have deeply hidden meanings, but find themselves misunderstood anyway. And this Skippy Romance is a perfect example. He doesn't really want to get married, and he certainly won't commit to any vows. It's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. He's more than happy to write the wedding off as a mistake, and yet the song has already become heavily requested first dance at actual weddings and is used in more than one YouTube video of actual proposals. And some weddings that I've done have used this song too. Granted, you don't have to mean every word you dance to, that's true, even on the most romantic day of your life, but it's a good idea to be wary of any song proposing marriage that concludes, if we wake up and you want to break up, that's cool. No, I don't blame you. It was fun. So, and this one gets me. This is from 1966, and it's When a Man Loves a Woman by Percy Sledge. And it's not necessarily a love song either, although I always think it is, but it's about a man feeling foolish. Soul music is about suffering, even when the lyrics to the songs are among the happiest collection of words. When a man loves a woman is often taken as a statement of romantic vulnerability, a momentary loosening of the armor of male bravado to show the true feelings beneath. In fact, it's a bitter song about how love makes men like feeble idiots. Written by a man who has just been dumped and giving himself a firm talking to, and it just happens to be Sting's wedding song. And the last one I wanted to talk about, I Will Always Love You by Dolly Parton from 1974. And believe it or not, this non-love song is the #1 love song on country charts. What it's really about? Quitting a job. Dolly Parton wrote this song as a peace offering to Porter Wagoner, the country band leader, TV star, Dolly's duet partner, and the man who had mentored her and helped her establish her career. It's a song that states clearly that he had an emotional impact on her, but now is the time for her to go on her own way. He reluctantly agreed on the condition that he could produce this song. This is the #1 love song on the country charts, and while the verses hold the details to the song's meaning, it's the chorus that takes the firmest grip on the listener, especially when it has been taken out of its original context and delivered with epic triumph by Whitney Houston. So I thought it was interesting that we take a look at those songs that we sort of just take for granted, right? We take some lyrics for granted. And years ago, this is from 2009, this particular CD, it's recorded with Tina Turner, some of her music, but primarily it's chants from the Buddhist and Christian avenues. And they got together, let's see, I forgot my advancer, but yeah, this particular CD comes, when they were putting together these words and writing the lyrics and enjoying the spiritual singing from it, they looked to Rumi, and this is not a misquote. This is how it's written. Beyond right and wrong, there is a field. I meet you there. Have you heard that before? Something out there, something out there. And in the CD, they talk about it moving beyond this. So go ahead and go to the next slide, please. Yeah, there we are. So this is what I'm going to go ahead and read it, pretend I'm Tina Turner, but afterwards we can listen to her voice. Nothing lasts forever. No one lives forever. The flower that fades and dies, winter passes, spring comes. Embrace the cycle of life. That is the greatest love. Go beyond fear. Beyond fear takes you into a place where love grows. When you refuse to follow the impulses of fear, anger, and revenge. Beyond means to feel yourself. Start every day singing, singing. We all need a repeated discipline, a genuine training to let go our old habits of mind and to find and sustain a new way of seeing. Go beyond the rights and the wrongs. Prayer clears the head and brings back peace to the soul. Go beyond to feel the oneness of unity and sing. We are all the same, looking to find our way back to the source, to the one, to the only one. Go beyond revenge. The greatest moment in our lives is when we allow us to teach each other. Go beyond to feel oneness of unity and sing. Take this journey inside of you to become quiet, to hear the beyond, to become patient, to receive the beyond, to become open to invite the beyond and be grateful to allow the beyond. Be in the present moment to live in the beyond. Start every day singing. What does love got to do with it? Love grows when you trust. When you trust, love heals and renews. Love inspires and empowers us to do great things and make us a better person to love. Love makes us feel safe and brings us closer to God. When you go beyond, that's where you find true love. Keep singing. I love the premise of beyond. And I wanted to talk about a few other things within relationships and within love so that we can go beyond, and then I'd like to suggest some lyrics. While tunes are catchy and the memories are divine, really think about the words that we have and we absent-mindedly keep repeating. One of the things that Doug and I read every morning, and the Daily Word and different things, and during Lent, love came up shocking. I think it's one of the Sundays prior in Advent. And the words from unity, and we do a lot of studying, we love the quotes, we see all these wonderful quotes, but unity, if we really want to go back to the beginning, it's unity. And this comes from December 29th. The power of divine love doesn't discriminate. It simply loves for love's sake. It's one of the names we use for God because it allows us to see everything, every fault, lie, mistake, and yet simultaneously see none of it. When we embody the power of love, we realize that we are one with all life, transforming every judgment, wound, or suffering we hold into harmony, peace, and wholeness. In harnessing the power of divine love, we also create space for others to share their own trials and tribulations, making a soft place for a loved one to fall when the world is circling out of control. As you pause and think about the world, those you love, strangers, or the entire earth, put your hand on your heart and affirm, every day, in every way, the light of love illumes my path, awakening me to the realization that all things are possible. Doctors Julie and John Gottman, researchers, of course you're going to get research from me, I have a little education in me, researchers on relationships and authors of over 40 books on marital stability, divorce prediction, and how science can help people, tell us what it takes to have a successful, loving relationship. And of course I'm talking about your sweetie right now, our loving relationships. But it also works when you look at this, when you look at the things that they have to talk about, it works with almost any relationship. Not only does the pandemic take a toll on relationships, but our everyday lives bring stress into the mix. Dr. John Gottman, is well known for his research for the Couple Lab, where he studied how couples relate to each other and he can predict within only a few minutes of interviewing couples who will be apart in 7.5 years or who will be together in 27.5 years. And the Love Lab really is conversations with married couples. It's not anything else. So what's interesting that he found out is that we really aren't looking for anybody that is like us. We don't want someone who is like us. We really want interest and something new. And sometimes we mistake our own opinions for always being right. Have we done that lately? I do. And opinions are just that. They're ours. We cannot assume that we are always right, and we will never turn someone else into someone else or something else. The couples that are masters at relationships are able to say, oh, I see the situation. This is usually when they're disagreeing, right? What is it that I can do to make the situation better? That couple doesn't say, well, here, this is what you need to do. You need to go fix this. Nonviolent communication stresses that we state our feelings first, then request what it is we need to make the situation better. Frankly, I like to call it compassionate communication. Couples who can communicate with stating their feelings and genuinely reaching out for the other with compassion and understanding will always make it to the 27.5 mile marker. When couples look for what is right with the situation, they will be able to overcome it. Dr. John Gottman can predict how a relationship will endure just by asking a simple question to the couple and see how they interact. The question, you'll be surprised. How was your day? That's the question. At the end of the day, how was your day? By observing the depth of the interest or the lack of interest in the other's answers, they can know the connection that couple has. There needs to be continued interest and curiosity for a relationship to continue. If couples are not nurturing their friendship and emotional connection, there'll be no relationship to speak of. It boils down to lack of interest, compassion, and curiosity in one another. By the way, they can predict how a marriage, man and woman, gay or lesbian, will hold up with 90% accuracy simply because of the interest in the other. So I'm wondering, and I've thought about this a lot with relationships that I have, especially at work, when I was in an office situation, I remember asking, how was your evening? What did you do yesterday? Or what's your plan for today? I was genuinely interested in what my office mate was doing. And when she asked me this, questions like that, I realized that there was a connection there. And I think that happens with just about everybody. Do you have a girlfriend, a guy friend, any of those that you say, you're interested in what they're doing? It all boils down to interest. I'm hearing some giggles. I love it. I love it. Another thing relationship research shows is that we, above all, need to be allowed to choose how we are making the relationship work or develop. That does not mean that we need to be in control of everything. Let me say that again. We don't need to be in control of everything. Just how we are responding to it. How we do that. And it's the same thing with anything. Our biases, whatever's going on politically in the world today with the pandemic, any of those things. How are we responding to it? Are we blaming someone else? Or are we scooping it up and saying, okay, what is it that I can do to fix the situation or help the situation? So I love to walk, but I hate to walk on ice. Anybody with me? When I walk in the snow and the ice, I'm slow, awkward, and I feel out of control, especially when I'm going down a hill. However, when there's some crunchy snow on top of the ice and I am trekking up the hill where there's traction, I speed up, I have confidence, and I feel in control. You ever feel that way about a relationship? Yeah. When things are going downhill, you feel out of control. But when things feel like they are on the upswing, you feel so in control that anything's possible. Unity would say this is an affirmation of self-confidence. I bet I could come up with some lyrics that would speak volumes for lovers out there. So here you go. Here's some lyrics. I love you because I care about what you are doing because it's important to me. I am interested in anything and everything you do because I know how important that interest is to you. I love you because I am in control of my feelings and needs, and I'm okay with that. There is no fear when I'm with you because I am secure in my own identity. Where there's our rights and wrongs, I offer my undying ability to be very clear as my needs today. Tomorrow may look different, but it is because I still have compassion for you. If there is anger within our communication, I will listen and I will hear every word you are saying because there is nothing good in seeking revenge. Can you hear the music just kind of flowing? I know love grows when I trust how other things work out. The love that we have heals and renews us together because we always work at it and always have interest in what the other one is going through. I have two more. The love we have inspires and empowers us to do great things. I know because I have seen and experienced the interest you have for me. The love we have makes us feel safe and brings us closer to our spiritual connection because we do this together and for each other. Can you hear the music? You feel the groove? No, I don't think so. Because there's so much more to the thought behind the lyrics. It's just something that we have instead, that we have that interest in some love songs that keep going on in our heads. So, please, please keep the cool love songs that you and your sweetie enjoy. Keep the love songs that you grew up with and share ones that are smalchy and cheesy. They make us feel good. And please think about the words that we put together to make it all happen for us. Now, in the CD here with Tina Turner and the Beyond, I wanted to read one more piece again. What does love have to do with it? Love grows when you trust. When you trust, love heals and renews. Love inspires and empowers us to do great things and makes us a better person to love. Love makes us feel safe and brings us closer to God. When we're looking at interest in each other, in the interest of what is important to you, and if it's important to me, we can grow. That love and that trust will always grow. I'd like us to go to the next slide, Byron. It's a quote from Robert Holden. There it is, yeah. Before you dedicate your life to a person, a marriage, a family, to a corporation or a political party, a peace campaign, to a religion, a revolution, a spiritual path, and make another dedication first. First, dedicate yourself to love. Decide to let love be your intention, your purpose, and your point. And then let love inspire you, support you, and guide you in every other dedication that you make thereafter. From Robert Holden, who was a British psychologist. There were a couple of things that I wanted to include in here that didn't really tie in to the thread, but I definitely wanted to include them. And one of them is I suppose there's research on this, but probably one of the most repeated verses from the Bible is 1 Corinthians 13. And I remember this from when I was 13 years old. I just thought it was a cool passage. So what was going on in my 13-year-old brain, I don't know. But it sure resonated with me. And believe it or not, we do use it in a lot of wedding ceremonies. 1 Corinthians 13. If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have the faith that can move mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and surrender my body to the flames, but have not love, I gain nothing. Love is patient and kind, is not envy, it does not boast, is not proud. It is not rude, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, and it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part and we prophesy in part, but when perfection comes, the imperfect disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put childish ways behind me. Now we see but a poor reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, that I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And these three things remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Thank you. And I've asked for John Denver's Perhaps Love to precede our meditation.
Perhaps love is like a resting place, a shelter from the storm. It exists to give you comfort. It is there to keep you warm. And in these times of trouble, when you are most alone, the memory of love will bring you home. Perhaps love is like a window, perhaps an open door. It invites you to come closer. It wants to show you more. And even if you lose yourself and don't know what to do, the memory of love will see you through. Oh, love to some is like a cloud, to some as strong as steel. For some a way of living, for some a way to feel. And some say love is holding on, and some say letting go, and some say love is everything, and some say they don't know. Perhaps love is like an ocean, full of conflict, full of pain, like a fire when it's cold outside, or thunder when it rains. If I should live forever and all my dreams come true, my memories of love will be of you. If I should live forever and all my dreams come true, my memories of love will be of you.
Just let those words resonate in our hearts. Perhaps love is all of these things and none of these things. Allow yourself to rest into your thoughts and your beliefs of where love is. And if it feels comfortable, put your hand on your heart. The center of love within your being. Send love to every seed and cell of your body, and allow it to resonate for whatever it is that you are seeking this morning. If love for you is comfort, allow that to come forth within your heart. If love for you is your home, allow that to come forth. If love opens doors, step through. If love invites you into yourself, embrace it. Allow yourself to go beyond that step. And let the love resonate with every seed and cell in your body. If love for you is a cloud, allow it to float. If love for you is stable, allow it to lift you up. If love for you is right here and right now within your heart, Embrace it. Allow yourself, in the next few moments of silence, to bring forth whatever it is that love is for you in the silence. And if you should live forever, may all your dreams come true, and may the memories you have be with everyone you know. Now, allow your awareness to come behind your eyes. Wiggle your toes and your fingers. Give smooth movement to your body. And say thank you. Thank you for this time together to experience love. And so it is. Amen.
So those two words, thank you, seem very small, but they are extremely heartfelt. That was just a lovely experience. Thank you so much. I think we should do that every year on Valentine's Day. Talk about song lyrics and let it be okay for those silly schmaltzy ones to still touch us, even though we know they're pretty silly. Oh, that was really a delightful experience. So this is a time in our service when we offer our gifts to this ministry, and I invite you just to consider what that is for you, what it is that you offer to share with this ministry. And for those of you who are joining from on live stream, there are multiple ways you can give to this ministry. So on our website, which is www.theunitycenter.org, there's a donate button. If you want to consider sending a check by mail, it needs to come to our post office box, which is P.O. Box 28127, Spokane, Washington, 99228. We give because it is in our nature to give. And I thank you for your consideration. And join me in affirming together our love offering statement. Together, divine love in, through, and as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you.
You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, God. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You Just lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place, such a holy place. You are deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy is all that you are. You are sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are.
Indeed, you are. Sacred love, that's all that you are. So beautiful. Thank you, Daniel Namod. And thank you, Sandra, for bringing such life to that song. So we have a prayer team, and our prayer team is here to pray for you if you have any needs, or even if you don't. If you have somebody in this community that you're missing right now and wanting to send a love letter to them, call the church and offer a prayer for them. Or call them. That's always an option too. But if there's anything anyone that is on your mind that you would want to have them prayed for, please call the church, 509-489-6964. Or send an email. Send an email to me, send an email to Wendy. If there's somebody else that you know, let's just make this be our Valentine to this community. Just think about who would be that person that you normally think about sitting near in the sanctuary, or you look forward to seeing that face when you come to church, and call and offer a prayer for them. I think that would be a wonderful thing, a wonderful experience for us just to try sending that out. And I have somebody in mind. Actually, I have two people in mind. So I'm going to do it. I hope you'll join me. So we truly look forward to that time when we are all back. And I don't really even know what the new rules are that start tomorrow, but I'm just going to leave it an open invitation. We still have quite a bit of room in here, and we do have the chairs marked off so that we're socially distanced. We're very good about all wearing masks, so I'm just going to invite people in the community, if you want to take a test drive and come back out here and be in the sanctuary. It really is a touching thing to be in the presence of community, and I invite you to consider returning to church. So now I invite you to stand and we'll sing the peace song.
One quick thing, Mary, did you want them to play Tina's song at the end?
Oh, I have the CD here.
Yeah. So instead
Oh,
of
awesome. And can you say the name of that CD again?
Beyond.
Oh, it's just called Beyond.
So Byron, maybe we can just play that at the end instead of my outro music?
So after we'll sing the peace song.
I don't know. I thought that was mentioned, so that's fine.
Yes, thanks for bringing that forward. I had forgotten about that. But so, Mary,
we can do the peace song and then he can cue it up, maybe?
I just wanted to do a quick announcement.
oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Just wanted to give everybody a quick update. As you know, I am the chairperson of the search committee, and I just wanted you to know that we are seeing some activity on our opening for our ministerial position. We do currently have one resume. We are looking at it, and at this point in time, I really don't have a whole lot more to report on this particular individual, but I did want to let you know that we are starting to see progress. I know that this has been kind of a slow process, and the pandemic certainly hasn't made it easy, but we're troopers around here, right? I mean, this little church and this little community, we are the engine that could, and we are. We not just can, but we are. So we are in process. Things are starting to move in the direction that we want them to move. So hold the faith. If you think about it, repeat the church decree, and if you want to, just take the part out about the new spiritual leader and maybe make that a part of your daily or weekly or however often you do it, your prayer practice. And just see that the right and perfect person for this ministry, they're right there, just ready to open the door and step in. So thank you.
Yes, we are. Great. So let's stand and sing the peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Family, all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
And we will close with the prayer of protection, but next week, David McClure is going to be back. So I'm looking forward to that. I'd love to have you all come back and welcome David back from his long journey of healing from COVID. So bless him, and we'll look forward to that. But now the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Amen. So do you have the song to cue up? Oh.